Hi friends, we're back with another activity that you're going to do with cards today. This time you're going to either need index cards or you're going to need to be able to turn a piece of paper into cards. So I'm going to show you how to turn the paper into cards. The first thing that you're going to do is you're just going to do some folding. So I'm going to turn it so that my paper is landscape. I'm going to fold it, match up my edges at the bottom, and fold it in half one time. Remember, halves are when I have two pieces that are the exact same size that are equal. I'm going to do the exact same fold again. I'm going to take and I'm going to fold it, and then I'm going to fold it again. Now I've folded my paper into fourths, and fourths is when I have four equal size pieces. I'm going to do one more fold again, so I'm going to take my fourth and I'm going to fold it in half again. And now I have eighths on my paper, 8 equal size pieces. And now you can see it looks almost the exact same size as my index card. It doesn't have to be the same size. So now I'm going to open my paper up, and you can see where all the folds are. I'm going to take my scissors and I'm just going to cut right down those folds to make me cards that I need. So if you don't have index cards, no worries. You can use paper. For this activity, it might even be easier to use paper cut into cards, but it's definitely much easier to use index cards that are just already cut for you. Okay, now that I've got all my cards cut, I'm going to stack my cards on top of each other, and I'm going to turn them into a little book. So now that they're all stacked up nice and neat on each other, I'm just going to get my stapler, and I'm going to do one staple here, one staple here, and now I've made a book. So today, boys and girls, you are going to create a squiggle book. And squiggle books are really, really fun to do because they all start with squiggles. I'm going to be using my colored pencils for my squiggle book because that way it won't go through. If you use markers, it might go through the other side, and we're going to turn this squiggle book into a story to use with our next activity. So I'm going to get out my colored pencils, and I'm going to choose one color that I'm going to turn into some squiggles. So I think what I'll do is I'll start with black for my squiggles, and then I can add colors when I make my illustrations. So the first thing I'm going to do, it's a squiggle book. I'm just going to make a squiggle. It doesn't matter what kind of squiggles it is. So that will be my cover. So then I'm going to open it up to my next page, and I'm going to make another squiggle. Does it look like anything quite yet? Nope, it's a squiggle book. On this one, I think I might make that kind of squiggle. And on this one, maybe I'll do that kind of squiggle. And on this page, maybe I'll do that kind of squiggle. And on this page, maybe I will do that kind of squiggle. And on this page, maybe I'll do a bunch of little squiggles. Oh, that's a good idea. And on this page, maybe I'll do let's do random squiggles. Okay, so now that I've made my squiggles, the next thing I get to do is I get to turn these squiggles into characters for a story. So if I'm looking at this squiggle, I think I'm going to turn this squiggle into a bird, and it's going to be some sort of bird for my story, like that. I think I'm going to put some more squiggles up here because I kind of like the squiggles. So, my book is going to be about a bird. This is my bird, and I think I'm going to name him Eddie. Yeah. So on my next page, let's see. That kind of looks like a mountain, doesn't it? So I think maybe I will have my Eddie character climbing a mountain. That would be kind of silly, huh? I wonder what Eddie is going to find at the top of the mountain. Maybe he should find a mountain goat at the top of that mountain, maybe. What do you think? One of those big mountain goats with the big antlers, maybe? What do you think? And a little tail? Interesting. I wonder what Eddie and the mountain goat are going to find. Let's go to the next page. Oh, maybe what if he gets at the top and he finds... Ooh, what if we turn this one into a big old snake? Oh, wow, that's kind of a crazy snake, huh? At the top of the mountain. I'm going to put the mountain behind him. I wonder what a big old snake is doing at the top of a mountain. That's going to be interesting. Let's see. Maybe Eddie is going to swim away. That kind of looks like water, doesn't it? So maybe Eddie is going to swim away on the water, probably from the snake on the mountain. So maybe that's a pond. Oh no, and what if he goes, what if I add the mountains to the back on this one? And what if that's a river that Eddie is sailing down in a boat? So let's give him a boat right here with a sail. And he goes down the river. I wonder what's going to happen. Oh, and at the bottom of the river, let's turn this into a big pond. And I can go back and add colors in a minute. Put that one into a big pond. And let's have Eddie swimming on that pond. Maybe put the sun in a little bit. Swimming on that pond. Let's turn him into some fun little bees. There we go. Let's turn him into some fun little bees. Maybe those bees visit Eddie at the water. And let's turn these guys into some birds with some clouds in the sky. And they have a good day. So boys and girls, here's what I want you to do. I want you to make your squiggle book, put your squiggles in, turn them into scenes, and decorate them. Okay? And then when you're done with that, then come back and see me again, and I'll show you what we're gonna do next. Hi friends, we're back. Did you get all your squiggles illustrated? I did. And now it's time for us to start writing a story. I'm going to show you some of my illustrations first, then I'll walk you through writing the story. I've decided that my illustration was going to be a swan, and it's going to be Eddie the golden swan. And Eddie is going to go on an adventure, and he's going to climb a mountain and find a mountain goat. The mountain goat and Eddie are going to keep walking, and they're going to run into a snake. Do you see how I turned my into a snake? That snake is going to tell Eddie that swans don't walk up and down mountains. They swim in ponds. Eddie's going to find him a river to go back home and find his pond. While he's in his pond, he's going to be watching some bees fly by and dream about his next adventure. Hopefully in the sky with the birds. So boys and girls, now that I've illustrated my story and I kind of have an idea of what I want to write, I'm going to write my story about Eddie the Golden Swan. So boys and girls, make sure you give your storybook a title, Eddie the Golden Swan, and put who the author and illustrator is. That's you. So I'm going to start with the beginning. Remember, in the beginning of our stories, we always introduce our characters and the setting, which could be the where and the when. So I'm going to start. Once upon a time, there was a golden swan named Eddie. And remember, we always do capitals for the beginning of names. Eddie loved to have adventures. One day, while climbing a mountain, Eddie met a mountain goat. Okay, so I'm going to keep writing my story until my entire book is filled. You go write your story, and I'll meet you back here in a few minutes to share my story with you. Hi friends, welcome back. Okay, did you finish writing your story? I did, so I'm going to read my story to you. Eddie the Golden Swan by Miss Stout. Once upon a time, there was a golden swan named Eddie. Eddie loved to have adventures. One day, while climbing a mountain, Eddie met a mountain goat. "Hello," Eddie said. "My name is Eddie. What is yours?" "I'm Max. Can I walk with you?" "Sure," Eddie said. The two new friends walked and walked. Soon they met a friendly snake. "Hello," they said to the snake. "Hello," said the snake. "What are you two doing today?" he asked. "We are walking in the mountains," Eddie said. "Swans swim in ponds and don't walk in the mountains," said the snake. Eddie knew the snake was right. He did miss swimming in his pond. Thinking about his pond made Eddie feel sad. It was time for him to go home. But how would he get there? Eddie thought his friends could so he asked them. "You can take a boat down a stream. Streams always end up in other ponds and lakes." They were right. Eddie knew that if he could sail down a stream, he would find a pond. The friends helped Eddie build a boat. After saying goodbye to his friends, Eddie set sail. It didn't take long for Eddie to find his pond. It felt good to be home. As Eddie swam happily in his pond, he saw a group of bees flying around. "I wonder what it'd be like to fly in the sky," he thought. Eddie's next adventure would draw him to the skies. So boys and girls, isn't it fun to be able to make a book and a story out of just some squiggles? I sure hope you've enjoyed doing your book and your squiggles. See you soon.